And what's going on, you guys? Welcome to an episode of Talking Crazy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. I was telling Uncensored behind the scenes before we started this bad boy that Micah Parson's behind me. I told him Micah Parson's behind me. I don't know if I want to talk about old Parsons anymore. He's in the rearview mirror. I want to focus on these Cowboys. I want to focus Danny Savage on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. I want to talk about these Cowboys. I want to get this pregame started. I want to do some talking crazy. Back to regular schedule programming, guys. Week 1, Thursday Night Football is just arm reach away. Hours away. And I'm ready to go. First of all, welcome, guys, to the panel right here. Cool Cowboy. How you been, Cool Cowboy?
Pretty good. How about you?
Hey, I'm good. Space Cowboy in the comment section. So is Craig. So is Brando, the best moderator in the game. All right, Brando, I'm going to get to all your comments in there. I appreciate you dropping those dimes. Daddy Savage, what's up?
Let's see. I'm doing good. Ohio State beat Texas. Now I'm watching
Kill myself,
LSU and Clemson. And I don't know. It's going back and forth. So I'll let you know tomorrow.
All right. And last but not least, Uncensored is live. Go ahead and finish that for me, Uncensored.
Put the kids to bed, hide the wise, Uncensored is live.
There it is.
Guys.
Here we go. Yeah. So, first of all, us being a Cowboys channel, I want to give my condolences to the Jordan family. Leroy Jordan, big number 55, middle linebacker, longtime Dallas Cowboy legend.
Old school.
Died 84 years old today. Daddy Savage, when you talk to us about the late, great Leroy Jordan.
Old school, man. Old school. He was like one of the beginning guys that was big and fast. And then right after him, you had Hollywood Henderson, but him and Landry didn't get along too well, and it's a shame he only played with us for I think 4 or 5 years. Henderson, but Leroy Jordan, he played. He had a long career.
Yeah.
84. It's just God bless him, man. He made it that far. Some of these guys, for the punishment they did, they get taken out of, they just leave earlier in life, They tend to die. A lot of the football players, especially from that generations where, let's be honest, man, back then the practices were probably harder than the games today,
Right.
So.
No, that's true. So rest in peace to Leroy Jordan, big number 55 middle linebacker who played Alabama, who got crushed today by Florida State.
That was crazy, bro.
Florida State's defensive line definitely showed up, and Alabama's offensive line is very overrated.
Hey, don't draft Caden Proctor. He got exposed.
Bro, but I exposed him May the 4th when I dropped my video on him back in May. I literally said, I dropped another video on him today, and I literally said, I've seen better feet on paraplegics. He's horrendous. Yet everyone is calling him their number one left tackle. So,
not me.
No.
I'll show
Let's talk about let's start the show with this, and then we'll get into these Cowboy Eagle pregame. Archie Manning, Texas quarterback, big number 16 out there. Wasn't so big today. I'm gonna go with the draft guru here. I put out a tweet. Danny Savage just says the Dallas Cowboy future Archie Manning, my ass. Am I accurate to say that, or do I need to give the young kids some time after the performance that we've seen today?
Listen, I also tweeted that he's adopted after today's. I tweeted that Archie was adopted after today's game. I don't want to judge him on one game, but I tend to overthink things a lot. But I also find it ironic. He barely played last year, and it's not like Ewers was a world beater. He was like, so I don't understand why he didn't get more playing time last year. Were they trying to hide him? I mean, We could all say the first week or 2 or 3 even is even sloppy in college football. You really don't know what you got, in my opinion, for like 2-3 weeks. It all depends. Listen, if that game was maybe the 6th game of the season, it might have had a different outlook versus that game, boom, because all these power schools, they're all like, schedule for, St. Mary's School of the Blind first to beat up on them 70-0. So there's a lot of different ways to look at them, but I mean, I didn't see any pluses, man. He made a lot of mistakes. I didn't see a cannon for an arm. He looks more like Eli than anything, man. But
yeah.
It's only one game.
I tuned in to watch that game. I was like, let me get my scouting department on Archie Manning. And oh my God, I was like, what is the hype around? I called Joe. He didn't answer. He still hasn't called me back yet. I'm sure he'll be on the show. But I sent you the link, Eshawn, I thought. Well, we got Space Cowboy on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Long time no see, Space. How you doing?
Yeah, it's been a while, man. And we got a season coming up, man. But I'm glad college football's back. I'm excited.
Yeah.
My Nittany Lions destroyed Nevada, so I'm excited about that. But again, it's just Nevada. It's a long season, but at least didn't get upset. So that's or look how Texas looked against Ohio State. But
no, 100%. No, the biggest surprise to me was Florida State just knocking Alabama out. Like no mercy. I was on my YouTube TV and I had 4 games playing on the TV and I was like, oh, this is badass. I got to move over to hear what I wanted to hear. We got Eshawn on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. What up, Eshawn?
What's happening, guys?
Well, what's up? So
I want to make it an emphasis for me to watch more college ball. All right. So this was just 1 week. We might just start talking crazy off, talking about the college ball results, and then bumping into these Cowboys because we got arms linked away. There it is, right there. Florida State University, Dallas Cowboy Fed 1980. The Tide got rolled.
Tomorrow night's a real good game. Notre Dame at Miami at 7:30.
Oh, I know Joe's gonna be watching that one. Yeah. Oh yeah. So let's we got a good panel here, guys. Cool Cowboy, Uncensored, Eshawn, Space Cowboy 17 or Space Cowboy Media, excuse me. Danny Savage, Josh Guru on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Let's get into this, guys.
Let's do it.
Well, and I want to really just get into it. Dak Prescott coming off an injury yet again to start the season. Cool Cowboy. What's your honest expectations for the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, the highest paid quarterback in the league, coming off yet another injury?
Honestly, if he doesn't get hurt again, I expect them to have the usual decent numbers in the regular season against bad teams. Because, as we all know, whenever he faces higher level competition like the Bills or even the Chiefs or the Ravens, like really good teams, he just seems to crumble under the pressure and throw interceptions. But overall, I still think he'll have a good statistical season because he'll feast on the bad teams. But it's not going to lead us anywhere that we want, unfortunately, that I feel. I just don't think it'll just be the same old, same old. Whether we make the playoffs or not this season, you're not going to win with Dak, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted. Uncensored, same question.
Yeah, I agree with Cool that you're going to see classic Dak Prescott. You're going to see him struggle against the good teams. You're going to see him pad his stats against losing teams, and in the fourth quarter of games that are already out of hand. Dak Prescott is Dak Prescott. I haven't seen anything that's going to change it. So,
all right,
short and simple.
Short and simple. Eshawn, same question.
Man, I echo a lot of the same sentiments, man. I mean, like, I'm not bringing anything new to the table with what those guys said, but it's just for me. I mean, at this point, this is going to be Dak's 10th season in the league, so he is what he is at this point. He's a good – now, he'll play better than he played last season, in my opinion, for the simple fact that he has Pickens and Lamb. So his numbers will be better, I'm pretty sure. But in terms of overall, like, how it'll impact the season, I just don't see us being a playoff team, man. That's just me. So I think it'll be the same. I echo what Uncensored and Cool said.
All right, Space Cowboy. I know you got some juicy waiting to spill. Let's hear it.
I mean, if you're asking me what I'm expecting from him, if we're going off of what history shows, typically when he's come back from injury, he's played more or less a full season, and he's thrown at least 35 touchdown passes or more. The one thing is I'm expecting him to produce and give you what you need at the quarterback position. However, again, we're just us talking about the quarterback position, not about the whole team. If you were to ask me about the whole team, the problem is you have a guy which you're not going to have him carry you to where you want to go. And I think that the sooner the Cowboys have come to that realization, the better, because that impacts how you build the team. I think what you've done this offseason, you gave him a viable wide receiver 2 option. You've got to remember Jake Ferguson is coming back. You're trying to rebuild this offensive line with young pieces that still need to come together. The only concern is have you done enough to ensure he doesn't get hurt again? Because when he got hurt last year, the reason he got hurt wasn't because he was scrambling or running around. It was because he was overexerting himself throwing the football. That's why he tore the hamstring off the bone, the injury that he had. So now the question becomes, okay, are we going to see history repeat itself, or we'll have a full season, then he'll get hurt next year? But with him being at the latter half of his career, the one thing that you have to understand is this is why you make the trades for Joe Milton, even though how we might have feelings about him. But it's very much so you're in that 2011 through 2013 phase of the Dallas Cowboys when Tony Romo was the quarterback, where it's the same thing. You have a guy that will put up good stats. He's not going to carry you to where you want to go. But if you don't recognize that, then you kind of are stuck in no man's land, basically. But not to be super long-winded, but I at least wanted to kind of get to a point of, I feel like this is what we're expecting, which is I think we'll get a 30 touchdown season as long as he stays healthy and history repeats itself. So
I like it. Danny Savage?
Just a quick question for Space Cowboy.
Yeah.
Media. What is it? It's Space Cowboy Media. I apologize. When you said Dak Prescott got hurt exerting himself, was he exerting himself, or did he get hurt because he was 30 pounds overweight last season?
No, if you go back and look at the history of the injury, what happened was that the reason why he tore the hamstring off his bone was because he was attempting to throw a pass in that Falcons game. And a lot of the throws that he was making, and because they were relying on him to throw the football so much because you had no run game, that's what led to the injury. If you want to say that he was overweight, all right, cool. I mean, I really could give a fuck less, just to be honest with you, because I'm not trying to dismiss what you're saying, because to me, my mindset of going into this year has completely changed to where, because of how they've handled the Micah Parson situation and how they're trying to build this team up, this is very much so we're just going through the vibes of the year to see what they can do to next year. Again, not trying to punt a season, but
I got you. For Dax, for what he's going to do this season, for all the teams in the past, the horrible teams and the lesser teams in the NFL that we've beat up on, we are that team now. We are that team. And people laughed at me for the last 6 months when I said Dallas Cowboys are going to be the worst team in the NFC East. And I'll still stamp it. Yo, we have crazy question marks at both tackle spots. Our secondary, our front, our D line. We are that team. Granted, is he going to get his last 5 minutes of the game, throw some TDs to Lamb and Pickens and be a good fantasy quarterback? I mean, yeah, he's good at fantasy, but we are that team now because we got question marks at all levels, in my opinion. But that's
okay. We got Cowboys champs in the corner of Crazy Cowboys. What's up, Cowboys champs?
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing?
What's up,
Hey,
champ?
we're just in the topic of what's your expectations of Dak Prescott this year, coming off yet another injury.
He will get injured because the fact that He held on to the he held on to the ball too long, and over the past 5 years, it's been these nagging injuries that constantly keep happening with him. Whether it's a ankle, finger, arm, hamstring, it's just something that just keep hampering. And the only way to fix that, he's gonna have to get rid of the ball faster, and Cowboys got to run the ball. But other than that, it's the same old deck.
Yeah. No. My whole thing is my expectation for Dak is I'll start with week 1 and then I'll sum it up. September 4th marks Dak Prescott's mom's death anniversary. That's the reason why he wears number 4.
Mm-hmm.
September 4th is when she passed away. This game is played on September 4. We're going to see a Dak Prescott week 1 against these bum-ass Eagles. We're going to see him week 1. I think he's going to have a really good – I mean, he's motivated. He has a good weapon with George Pickens. The running game, we didn't get to see Javonte Williams, so that's still up in the air. We'll talk about that depth. But I think Thursday, I think we're probably going to see a better version of Dak, and then obviously it might wind down towards the end of the year if nagging injuries, like Champ said, hinders him. But my expectation for Dak as a whole is, if healthy, which I think he will stay healthy this season. If healthy, I think 35 to 40 touchdowns with George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb. I can see that happening because when this offense is healthy, it does put up points. Now, speaking of offense, let's go into let's shift the gear here and let's talk about Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator / head coach. With Schottenheimer calling plays, he's been number 1 in the league in running. He's had the number 1 running game in the league as an offensive coordinator. I'm gonna snake this. I'm gonna go back to Champs and then snake it through. Cowboys Champs. What's your expectation, knowing those stats with Schottenheimer? What's your expectation of this running game now?
I've been waiting on this. I thought it would be better, but I think it may be just a tight, maybe a little bit better than last year, but not that much. And I think the fact that the Cowboys are wide receiver top heavy, and especially resigning Ferguson, it's going to be like the Cincinnati Bengals, just pass.
Okay. Champs? Expectation of the running game, knowing that when Schottenheimer is the offensive coordinator, he has the number 1 running game in the league.
Me again?
No, that's Champ. Or not Champs. I'm sorry, Savage.
It's kind of a question mark for me because getting back to the O-line, we got 2 question marks. Now we got what? Nathan Thomas at left tackle. We got Steele at right tackle. We have a rookie at right guard. And to be honest with you, during the preseason, I hated the way they used Blue. They were using Blue like they were using him like Tony Pollard. They were running him up to, my era was numbers. Now it's, letters. But they were running him up to 1 and a 2 hole. You don't run Blue up the middle. You don't run Pollard up the middle. But that's what they did. But I really don't know. I mean, Javonte Williams, when he's healthy, but how long can we see? Is he going to stay healthy? And let's say he goes down. Moffitt's not going to come back for what, 4 or 5 games? So now
6 to 8.
6 to 8. So Javonte Williams, he gets hurt. Miles Sanders is our bell cow. I mean, that's a little scary, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Just like I said, but the O-line, it takes a long time for an O-line to gel, especially when they're young. I mean, I think BB and Tyler Smith will be good, but we really don't know what we have at left tackle. We never seen Nathan Thomas. The speed between preseason and regular season is 2 completely different things. And now we got Steele playing next to a rookie. And I've always said Steele and then Steele versus Zach Martin was 2 completely different players. I mean, you're gonna have to give one of them a tight end to help. You're gonna to help block. But I don't know. We'll find out. We're gonna find out shortly. Put it that way.
Yeah, Space Cowboy with the X's and O's. What do you got for me on this running game expectation?
Well, I think it comes down to what they did in the offseason when they hired Clayton Adams as their offensive coordinator. If you look at what the Cardinals did last year, considering the talent level they had on the offensive line and that running back room, the fact that you had a 1,000-yard rusher in James Conner with that talent on offensive line, I like what they did on paper. Obviously, it's about what you do in execution. And this is going to be, for Clayton Adams, the most talented group of offensive linemen he's worked with. This is going to be a running back room, which I would say isn't on the same level that he's worked with looking at his history in the coaching ranks. But it's clear that the Cowboys want to have a running back by committee. I think that with Javonte Williams, it's kind of, to me, it's a push between him and Rico Dowdle. I think you can get something with that. As much as I'm a Penn State guy, Miles Sanders is, he's just a dude. I thought he would just be a camp body, because I'm really liking these two rookies you got in Phil Maffa and Jadon Blue, because they complement each other so well that, are you trying to stash them for later? Are you going to do this, that, and a third? We'll see. But I think it comes down to not that you force yourself to run the football. It's how efficiently you run the football. And if you look at what Brian Schottenheimer has done, to your point, Mike, when he was with Seattle as a keynote, because of recent memory, they had a top 10 rush attack, and at one point they were number 1 in the league in rush attack in terms of their statistics. But I think it's many question marks that we need to see answered, right? Like, I really like what you got young talent wise. I'm glad that, thank God, Tyler Guyton didn't tear his ACL. So he'll be back this year, because that's important for the development of chemistry along this offensive line. But it might hurt you early on. Yeah. And then on top of that, think of the age of these guys. The oldest guy on the line is Terrence Steele, and he's not even 30 yet. And then we talk about Tyler Booker. Of course, that's the big piece that you added. And I will say that for me, at least, him going to IMG Academy, that's no joke there. Going to Alabama, where historically those guards don't translate to the NFL. But to me, on tape, he was definitely one of the more talented guards. I would say it was a bit more of a premium to take him at 12. But it's clear the Cowboys want to build Marty Ball, which, if anyone doesn't recall, Brian's father, which is Marty Schottenheimer, him having a team that can run the ball, play stingy defense. I think if you get that, you got a recipe for success. For what I'm expecting this year, I would say that we should see something better. But the one thing, and I'll end it here, the one thing that worries me is that being under Mike McCarthy and you basically being in that culture there and now taking the reins, you need to make a name for yourself. If we see the same things we saw with this offense under Mike McCarthy, then to me, it's just Mike McCarthy just with a visor backwards, right? But right. I think you have good pieces, but like I said earlier, this is a year where they're trying to build towards next year. And I'm not trying to say punt the season, but to Savage's point, there's so many question marks that it's hard to really see what we have coming on. So.
Okay. No, Eshawn.
I think for me, man, with I've been saying it pretty much all offseason, man, that for me with Schottenheimer, it's whether him saying the whole thing as it pertains to running the ball more than passing or vice versa. I got to see it to believe it, man, in the regular season when it counts, as far as whether what he said, I'm going to run the ball more, I'm going to place an emphasis on the running game and stuff. I got to see it on the field when it counts. So for me, at this point, the stats that you mentioned, I get why you mentioned it, and I get what you're saying, but to me, it's just a question mark at this point. It's like, until we play, I just can't really judge him, because also we have no basis to judge him off of since he's a first-year head coach. So there's that, and I think, I have a strong feeling it'll be very pass-heavy, man. Also, since Pickens is there and with CD, credit to fifth quarter Cowboys for saying this, man, but I don't think they got Pickens just to run the ball more, man. So, I hope they prove me wrong on that, but I I don't see there being any emphasis on the running game. That's just me as of right now, but we'll find out very soon, man. So that's just where I'm at right now with it.
Okay. Uncensored.
I got a question for you before I answer.
Okay.
You said that when Schottenheimer is the OC, that they lead the league in rushing.
Yeah, Seattle and in Jacksonville. He did it.
You mean the Jet, New York? He didn't do.
Yeah,
He
the
didn't coach
Jets. Yeah.
Jacksonville.
There you go. Yeah.
Because I was while they were talking, I was pulling up the stats. So Schottenheimer's been a offensive coordinator for 14 years. Seattle, Jets, Rams, and Dallas. He's only had in 14 years 2 times where he led the league in rushing.
That's what he called the place.
Yeah. And then he had 2 years where he was fourth, 1 year where he was ninth. But the majority of his career, when he held the offensive coordinator title, now I don't know how the dynamics of all of these teams, but his running games were pretty much middle of the pack, which is a drastic improvement over us from last year when we were at the bottom of the pack at 27. But I'm hoping that he's going to feed off of his father. That's why I think he kept Hunter Lipke on this team to run the ball, and I'm hoping that they're going to give these young legs a lot of carries. I want to see, but I think I agree with Space that this is going to be a punted season. That they're going to acquire, see who has talent on the team this year, and look at what they can bring in next year, and maybe start to make a run. But I see us probably being an average team as far as running the ball, probably somewhere around 14, 15, just looking off his history. He
No,
usually
when he was actually calling plays.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going off of the numbers that I'm seeing on the screen because I didn't follow the Jets enough or Seattle or the Rams when he was there to know what his actual role was versus his title. You know, like we both agree that when he was here, he wasn't calling plays when Mike McCarthy was calling plays.
Right.
So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say, but if we're saying that he only called for 2 years, but he held the title for 14 years, what does that say about him? Also,
that's a fair statement.
Yeah. So,
cool Cowboy.
Go ahead. No. Just looking at the stats, I think it's going to be a middle of the pack running, which is an improvement. That's it.
I like improvements. I like trends. Osa's on a trend. Cool Cowboy.
There's some potential there.
I love potential. Cool Cowboy.
All right. So for me, I kind of agree with Ishan, what he said. Like, you don't get George Pickens if you're going to run the ball more. I feel like it's going to be like the previous years where we're pass every team. As for the effectiveness of the run game, I think it will be a little bit better. I will say that because we have younger, fresh legs in the backfield. Because last year we were just using Dowdle and we had Deuce Vaughn, and that was a disaster last year. But the thing I'm worried about is the health of Jadon Blue and Javonte Williams, because Javonte Williams is, ever since he had that injury in 2022, he's really never been the same. And I'm worried about, because I heard that from the Broncos fans that he wears down near the end of the season. He's kind of like Parsons, except on the offense side. He wears down at the end of the season. And he just does, and he's not as effective. So I'm worried about that, but I still think we'll be slightly better. I just hope they give Phil Maffa time, more playing time. And Jadon Blue, do not run him up the middle, like Sav said. Do what you did with Pollard, run him on the outside, and get some big plays.
Yeah. No, I think I'm going to like our running game, all right? I might be a homer this show. Y'all, it is what it is. Y'all know how Cowboy Corner works. I just get so excited. But here's why. Space Cowboy brought up Clayton Adams. I'm going to bring up Connor Riley. And, when I seen Tyler Booker play in that preseason game, he didn't look bad. His footwork was good. His technique was right. He was being bullies against those people. That can translate into that game. Terrence Steele coming off an ACL 2 years injury. I want to see how Connor Riley, Clayton Adams fix him up, right? Because Clayton Adams was an offensive line coach at Arizona. So there is some real smart guys and Connor Riley and Clayton Adams to help Terrence Steele here identify those problems. And Mike Solari or whatever the hell his name was just he was old. He was outdated. Tom Landry days. So I think those techniques didn't benefit this team well. And it's almost like a Paul Alexander type stuff, just bad technique. I think Mike Solari should have been fired way before Mike McCarthy was ever let go. It should have been like a Paul Alexander situation with Mike Solari just because that offensive line was playing out of technique. So Connor Riley, Clayton Adams come in. I think Terrence Steele can benefit from that. Tyler Booker as a rookie, an Alabama guy. Joe tell me they don't translate. Let me see it. Cooper Beebe coming in, second year. Very familiar with Connor Riley. Let's see if he can improve and get better. Tyler Smith's going to be Tyler Smith. That's why he made the Talking Crazy poster. And then, the left side, Tyler Guyton. Same with Terrence Steele, can he benefit from these guys like Clayton Adams and these guys like Connor Riley? Or they sit Tyler Guyton against these Eagles, and we get to see Nathan Thomas, who has really flipped the switch here. To be a no-name guy, a late-round draft pick, to getting hurt, to Dak Prescott saying, you better be effing prepared and you better be ready to letting that marinate and sink in and then come out here, kick Awesome Richards, who I was really high on before training camp even started, to just kick him out and get traded to the Saints and to earn that job, I think is huge. So I don't think this offensive line is going to be as bad as we think. I think it's a strength. And then you look at the depth behind that with TJ Bass and Cornelius, and you look at Hoffman. I think the offensive line is a strength outside of the wide receivers on this team. And the running backs, as long as they know how to read a hole to hit, I think they're going to be okay. As long as Jadon Blue don't fumble, I think we're going to be okay. And then you look at I'm excited about Phil Maffa. I'm excited about Jadon Blue. But what they've shown me since they've been drafted is they can't stay healthy. That's what they've shown me. So that tells me that next year, Savage, and you're probably going to nod your head yes to this, we're going to be drafting running backs again. And so
I take an early pick, maybe second round.
We could be doing that again just because the health of these guys just ain't very good. But they have to step up and play. And for Dak Prescott to really excel with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, Schottenheimer in this running game, in this offensive line, is the biggest piece to the puzzles. Why? Because that's where the trenches start. Anybody got any rebuttals to that? Whoa, no rebuttals?
No. I have zero faith. I think our interior offensive line is solid. I have zero faith in our tackles.
Yeah.
And
Thomas. No, go ahead.
And I was just going to say, just because Guyton is the best option doesn't mean that it's a good option. Richards could have been really bad at camp. And they just said, you know what? Move on. There's no point in keeping him. But I don't have faith in Guyton or Steele.
So what do you got to see in both those guys to start building good days, good weeks?
I need to see them be able to consistently block pass rushers on the outside.
Consistency.
What if they make one mistake? What if they do good the whole game and make one mistake? What kind of microscope are they under?
That's an A grade. I need them to be good in critical moments. You know what I mean? Football comes down to probably about 10 plays a game on both sides of the ball. Critical moments, third down, I need to get the ball across the line. We need to punch it in. Or on the defensive line, we got to get this stop so that our offense can get the ball back. It's only about 10 critical plays that really matter. First, second down don't matter if you can get the stop on third because they're gonna get 3 down. You see what I'm saying? So I need them to be big in critical moments when you got a third and 6 and Dak Prescott is dropping back. You got to block your man.
Let me ask
And
you this, Uncensored.
go ahead.
When it comes to Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton's rookie year last year, Terrence Steele, the ACL coming back from that, do you view it as talent or do you view it as bad coaching?
I'm gonna put it in percentages. I think it's 40% the players, 60% coaching.
So you got to believe in Connor Riley and Clayton Adams, baby. You got to believe in Clayton. You got to believe in those two guys.
They got to show me. They got to show me first, man. I'm not believing in anybody. My eyes will show me, and then I can verify it. Now, if they come out, and I expect them to lose the Eagles game anyway, but if they can put up a consistent fight, then I will be impressed with it. But I also think that it's going to take us several games before this team can even gel and figure out what they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sucks that they're going to go up against the gauntlet that's the Eagles. And hopefully they can get 2 get-right games with the Giants and the Bears and really get their act together. But I don't know what this team is going to be. And I don't trust these coaches, man. I think coaching across the board in this league is a bigger problem than talent. And Dallas has struggled for years to develop players. If you think about the players that are stars on the Cowboys, they come in to the league talented, making plays. Diggs was intercepting everything that came his way.
Yeah.
As soon as he got on the field, Deron Bland, you couldn't throw an out route in front of him. He was picking it. These players are talented from the jump. Not too many players you can say, man, he was third on the depth chart, man. And over 2 years, they developed him into a starting caliber player. I just don't see that consistent across the board, period, with the Cowboys.
I agree.
Well, what you got, Savage?
I mean, Nathan Thomas at least played left tackle in college at Louisiana Tech, but we drafted him last year. We caught him. He bounced around a couple other teams' practice squads. We got him back. So what? Him making the rounds. Now he's a starter. So I mean, all I'm trying to say is Guyton hurt again. I think the interior O-line is better, but I think there's serious question marks at both tackle spots and no depth. That offensive line gets 1 or 2 injuries, forget about it. And unfortunately, as an offensive lineman, you can have 60 great plays, but you miss that one block and that one mistake, and because of that mistake, your quarterback's out for the rest of the year. That's what you're going to be known as, unfortunately.
Anybody else got anything?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too because that's been my whole concern was the bookends, left and right tackle, and I hope Riley can. I don't know if they got the talent there on staff or not, but they gotta do some streaking mirrors just to fix the bookends. And running the ball will help a lot of that if they commit to it.
All right. Yeah. Let's switch it up a little bit. All right. This is the unofficial depth chart after Crybaby back spasms got traded. All right. Let's look at the linebackers. Let's look at this linebacker depth chart. Jack Sanborn, the Mike, Damone Clark, and Kenneth Murray looks like are your starters. Or it could be Maris Luafau instead of Damone Clark. So that's up in the air still. We won't know till actual game day. You got Shamir James there as well. Is the linebacker, cool cowboy, because we're snaking this, is the linebackers the strength of this defense? Looking at these names right here.
Yeah, I'd say so because with the secondary, I have major concerns at safety, and with the cornerbacks coming back from injury, that's a concern. And we obviously know that our D tackles are not good. Even with this Kenny Clark addition, I mean, it's better. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the strength of the team. And then now we don't. Our edge rushers are not proven. And the way the linebackers were playing in the preseason, I have confidence that they're going to be the best part of the team. And I like Sanborn and Leah Fowl to make a year two jump. So yeah, I'd say the linebackers are the best part of the defense. Full stop.
What about you, Uncensored?
I would have to agree.
Ooh.
Oh.
He got that AT&T. Eshawn, I'll go with you.
No, I mean I agree with Cole Cowboy, man. I mean I think the linebackers, given the depth chart and for what it is right now, I think they're I would say they're the strongest unit. My biggest concern, like you said, is the cornerback room and the defensive tackle room.
We'll get to those guys. We'll get to those guys.
Yeah. I'm not gonna jump the show. I'm just making a point about that. But no, I agree about the linebackers. Nothing more to add to that.
Uncensored, you back?
Yeah, sorry, I was.
You was doing it again, whatever you were doing. Space Cowboy, are the linebackers...
It's this damn vehicle.
Get situated. I'll come back to you at the Space Cowboy. Space Cowboy, them linebackers we just talked about. Is that the strength of the defense?
I'll say this, and then I gotta get going because I gotta take care of some stuff with the fiance.
Well, congratulations on the engagement.
Yes, my wedding is next year. So,
Congrats.
Think about it, son. Think about it.
Don't send my invitation by pigeon. All right, reach out, give me the address, and I will. And I'll give you my address. I want the wedding invitation.
Congrats, man.
Thank you. No, I do not think the linebackers are the strength of this defense.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay. Nice.
You
What?
might think I'm crazy. I think your defensive line is actually the strength of this defense, contrary to popular
we got
belief.
Here, let him finish.
And the reason I say that is because when you really think about it, one of the things with your linebacker core, when you look at the names, Damone Clark, Maris Leofau, Jack Sanborn, a guy that I like that they added, Kenneth Murray, Shamar James, and then you also have Overshown coming back. You know what those guys are, number one. But number two, I think the one thing is looking at that room, if one of those dudes goes down, of course, you're going to have a problem. I'm not really high on Kenneth Murray. I think that he's a guy that's solid. Damone Clark's been so up and down I've had issues with. I like Maris Leofau and what he put on paper, and as well as Shamar James, what he did in the preseason. Overshown's going to be your best player there. Defensively, though, when you look at the defensive line, yes, there's a ton of questions, but this is where what shocked me was like when you traded Micah Parsons, I have no problem. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. But think about it. You got a guy in Sam Williams who's talented. We know he can be a knucklehead. You have Marshawn Nealand who can develop. You got James Houston in that room. You also have two defensive tackles now in Kenny Clark and Osa Odighizuwa. This is probably the best pairing they've had since Jay Ratliff and who's the other dude? Anthony Spencer. That's probably the best defensive tackle room they've had. And then you have Dante Fowler back, and you have Donovan Ezeraku, who can be a solid, productive player for you. But the only reason you would say the linebackers are a strength, in my opinion, is because you know what you got with a lot of these established players. But to me, the defensive line, I think, is your strength because you have a lot of edge rushers that, while they're not on the same level as a Micah Parsons, they can be productive enough to get the job done. Where it's really going to come down to is what Kenny Clark and Osa do in the middle of that defense, because that is exactly why they made the trade, allegedly, was they wanted to improve in the run. And I never had a problem with the edges. I thought they were loaded at edge if you saw how they did things this year. It's that interior that screwed the edges because you couldn't really get a push in there. So I'll leave with that. Is I don't think linebackers are the strength of your defense. I think the strength of your defense is your defensive line. But again, this defense still needs a lot of work, which is why they made the trade. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to use the next few years to add to that. So.
All right, guys, appreciate you. That's Space Cowboy Media right there.
Yes, sir.
Original creator, Yes, guys, hear me right. The creator of the roundtable back in
Yes.
2017.
Space Cowboy, what up, man?
Yo, what's up, my guy? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. Good to hear you, man.
Yes, I know I'm about to head out. I got to take care of some stuff for the fiance. I wish I could stick around. I'll definitely be back. Landed a job that I can at least be off on Saturdays and Sundays, thank God. But and I also got to give a shout out to my guy Chris Crushman at Crushman Media. I'm doing work with him. We got some shows lined up. We got that little media conglomerate starting out. We got 3 shows. We're expanding to 2 more with an NBA show and a boxing show. So I'm excited to get started on that. So if you guys haven't, if you want to find me, Space Cowboy Media, I'm not really posting much Cowboy stuff because, again, I'm kind of they're in a soft rebuild, so I'm kind of going with the vibes of the season, but I'm doing a lot of the work on the back channels for Crushman Media and the stuff that gets posted out there. So,
well, I appreciate you coming on, Space Cowboy
yes,
Media.
sir.
Very spontaneous. Come on, but you're more than welcome anytime and every time.
Absolutely. Have a great day, guys.
You too, brother. Thank you.
Have a good night, man.
Yep.
Take care.
All right, we got Preacher Fifth in the building here.
What's up, man?
Man, what's up, man?
What's up,
What's up,
Reverend?
Preacher
What's going on?
What's up,
y'all?
Reverend?
Hope everybody good. I know that ain't Champ.
That's Chaz right there.
My dog.
You right.
Go Buckeyes. Oh, Lord.
Fuck the Buckeyes.
Oh, who cares?
Fuck the
Yeah, we
Buckeyes.
talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah, we talked a little college ball before we got into this talking crazy. But Fifth, I'm gonna go to one question with you, and then we're gonna get back on track with this running game. With Dak coming back from an injury again to start the season, what is fifth quarter's expectations for the season of Dak Prescott?
My expectation for Dak this season, like the whole season?
The whole damn season.
Man. Man, he should easily with what they're gonna do with those 2 those 2 receivers. Dak should touch 35 touchdowns easy.
That's what I said. Mm-hmm.
It should touch 35 TDs easy. To be honest with you, if not right at close to, if not at 5,000, close to it, yards. Because I think there's going to be a lot of attention on Pickens and Lamb, and Ferguson should eat like hell this season.
No, I see that.
Ferguson should eat. They Pickens and Lamb about to, man, they gonna keep that defense on it, so Dak really can have fun if he could just control himself and contain himself and take his time with that football, man. Dak could have a decent season, so that's why I say he should have 35 touchdowns, honestly. So that's what I expect from him. I don't, and that's pretty much a standard season from Dak when everything pretty much goes right. That was about his number when things are going right. Those, are kind of his numbers. So I just expect that, and then too crazy.
Yeah, and just to give you a heads up, I said this in the beginning of the show too. That crybaby back spasm guy is behind me. On Talking Crazy, we're moving forward, talking about the Dallas Cowboy. I know we talked about, we had our farewell show of back spasm crybaby on Fifth Quarter Cowboys channel, Freaky Friday last night. Great show. You guys watched the replay over there on Fifth Quarter Cowboys channel after this. It was a damn good show, good interaction with the comments, good panel. Everything was flowing. It was fantastic.
Yeah, shout out 1980 for the viewership boost last night, man. So,
yeah. You got some views yesterday for sure.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And then Uncensored, are you back?
Man, I'm driving, but I'm here.
We better be safe. All right. Now, the question now is the linebackers the strength of this team? Uncensored.
I believe of the defense, yes. I believe the wide receivers is the strength of the overall team.
On the defense. I'm sorry, the strength of the defense.
Yeah, I believe our linebackers are the strength, and if the defensive line can give them any time to really move, roam, and pursue, I think you're gonna see something special out of the linebackers. But I think that our interior defensive line is so bad that you're going to end up with your linebackers fighting off offensive linemen, and that's going to limit their performance. Like your Mozzie can't be getting pushed 6 yards into the backfield. Like it just can't happen. I don't care how good your linebackers are. When your defensive tackle is getting pushed into your lap, you're going to suffer. But I do think I think that's the most talented position right now on defense.
Okay. All right. Cowboys champs.
Yes, sir. Yes, I think I said it in the beginning preseason that the linebacker core is the best on his defense. But I wish they had 3 big old defensive linemen that they could run a 3-4, especially with the ends that we have to go along with a linebacker core. I think that would be so nasty, but we know the weakness is the interior of the defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Eshaun, have you went yet?
Yeah, you like, yeah. I agree with the linebackers.
I'm gonna say the linebackers are the strength, but in the way I do it, it's like looking at 2 girls and one has herpes and the other one has syphilis. So which one you gonna pick? Because
Golly.
because our defensive line is atrocious.
Wow.
Our cornerback, every one of our corners are coming off injuries. I mean, come on. Do we really think we're going to see Overshown this year? Come on. He blew his knee out, 10th, 11th game of the season? And we're going to rush this kid back? Let him get healthy. All of our corners are hurt. Our safeties are old. We have 1,000,003 techs. And we got a rookie and basically Sam Williams. Those are pretty much of our starting edges. They're probably going to start Thursday night. Now Ezraku goes from being, maybe a 30 play guy per game. Now he's the man. Same thing with Sam Williams. Sam Williams has never been the man. Now it's going to be he's the man. Maybe he can rise up. Maybe he can't. But the fact that we have 1,000,003 techs, that wouldn't bother me so much if our edges were 6'6", 6'7", 290. But our edges are 6'2". I mean, Sam Williams, I think, is like 6'3". But our edges are even small. I just see our D tackles and our edges getting completely wallowed. That's just my opinion.
Fifth.
What was the question again?
Is the linebackers the strength of the team? If you look here, you got Damone Clark or Maris Lufau there, Kenneth Murray. You got Jack Sanborn, and you got Shamir James. And then you got Overshown coming back from injury later on in the year. So the question is the linebackers the strength of the defense?
At first I said no, but yeah, man. I think it was the second preseason game, maybe. Them boys was out there all over the place, man.
Yeah.
I think it might have been that second game. They was playing, dude. They was playing ball. I know you're a big fan of Lufau. They're definitely the strongest spot right now. And when Overshown come back and stay healthy, then shoot, man. But man, if that defensive, those defensive tackles not doing what they do, it could make them linebackers not look as good as they are. If they not doing what they supposed to do, and you letting those offensive line get up to the second level of blocking, then hey, we could have an issue. And right, like Savage said, we got 1,000,003 techs. So I feel like sometimes you can hinder them from doing their job if you're not doing yours, which would take away from what they true position is and what they're supposed to be doing out there. So they are the strongest. They are the strongest group on the team, without a doubt. But man, I just hope they don't be hindered by the lack of talent that we have on the defensive front, which is not the players' fault. It's the organization for doing it the way they do it. So I'm not blaming the players. It's Jerry and them for handling how they handle it. And but they are the strongest group. Yeah.
Nice. I think they are too. Space Cowboy said the defensive line is the strongest. He thinks the defensive line is the strongest here, but I could kind of see it, but then I'm like, God, there's so many more question marks. You know, Savage has a lot of question marks up for the tackles. There's a lot more question marks for the defensive ends because if Matt Eberflus, he runs a stunt line, you know, where the end will come towards the middle and try to blow up the quarterback, right? Just running those end stunts where you know, Kenny Clark pushes one guy this way, Osa pushes another guy that way, and then somebody just blasts in the middle and fucks somebody's lunch up, right? I think there's so many question marks because when I watched the 22 film on James Houston, who I liked, and Sam Williams just looked god awful running those stunts on tape. Those guys are the outside containment guys. They're get up the field guys, traditional edgers. I don't like them stunting at all because Sam Williams doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, the Ravens tape was just horrendous for Sam Williams when it comes to stunning and walking down the line cleanly, you know, to get upfield. I think Sam Williams can roll a guy on our team, roll somebody's ankles up just because how out of spots he is. So that's why, to me, the linebackers is the strength, because if you look at Anthony Hitchens, Bruce Carter, Sean Lee under Matt Eberflus, they were our strength too. I mean, we did have a good line. You know, Anthony Spencer, Jay Ratliff, Ware. We had a good line, but God, seeing Sean Lee run full speed into a 300-pound lineman, bounce off of him, and then shoot the gap to go make a tackle, that's what these linebackers are going to do for us. It's going to be something that we haven't seen in a really long time. And don't be amazed when Kenneth Murray Jr. just hits that guard right in the mouth and then tries to go make that tackle. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of like getting a sweater on Christmas morning. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm being honest.
What does that mean?
What are you implying?
Talking about our linebackers.
It's underwhelming.
Because our linebackers are bigger than our. I'm not the most brightest bulb on the tree, but am I the only one that realizes? Am I the only one that realizes our linebackers are bigger than our edges?
Yeah,
and that's a fucking bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, that's really bad.
Especially when you add in, we have 1 million 3 techs. So we have 1 million 3 techs, and our linebackers are bigger than our edges. That is a bad combination, man.
Except for Nealon.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of our linebackers bigger than Sam Williams.
I think Kenneth Murray Jr. is bigger.
Murray?
Yeah, Murray's big.
And name me one thing Sam Williams has done besides penalties since he's come to Dallas.
Well, he's been
got in a car crash.
He wrecked a nice Corvette.
Yep.
He's a Dan Quinn. Hopefully, after this year, he'll go to the Redskins. Because Dan Quinn measures. I'm shutting up. I'm just going to shut up.
I think, I think our edges have a lot more question marks than anything. But let's look at our corners real quick, guys. Pun intended, because Cowboys corner. Here we go. We got Trayvon Diggs is on the depth chart. He's not on PUP or anything anymore. So you got Kiari Ibram, Deron Bland, Diggs. Behind that, you got the two guys that we picked up off waivers. You got Bridges and Stewart there, and you got Goodwin. Savage, do you know anything about Stewart, and do you know anything about Bridges, the guys that we got off the practice squad? Or not, I'm sorry, off the waiver wire.
Nothing whatsoever.
Does anybody know anything about these two guys that we got off the waiver wire?
Nope.
No, I don't.
Nope.
I know
I
one
never
of
heard of
them.
them.
I know one of them came from the Chicago Bears, and he's like a 6'1" guy, long hair, dread guy. He had a pick 6 in the preseason. I did see that. But other than that, I don't know much about him.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
Didn't one of them come from the Ravens, or is that something else?
Yeah, I think Stewart came from the Ravens, and I think Bridges came from Chicago. Waiver wire. Kid Cowboys at Dollar Tree. All right. So, yeah. All right, let's talk about our safeties. Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker, Y.A. Thomas, and Marquise Bell. Fifth quarter Cowboy. What is there anything in that safety room that excites you going into this season?
No.
What would excite you?
New safeties.
Like be a trade? Are you going to trade for a safety?
Who you going to trade? We just traded the best player on the team. Who else you going to trade? That nobody. You can't get rid of nobody else at that level because you need everybody else. So a guy that we would trade would not get adequate return on the investment. Trading a normal guy from the team, we won't get a good safety out there. Just draft. Savage, any safeties in the next draft?
Very deep safety draft.
Yeah, see, just draft. We got these picks. Let's just draft next year.
Yeah.
We need safeties. Donald Wilson, Malik Hooker time is up. No, man, we need all new faces.
Very deep safety class.
See, I can rock with it. I can be cool with that. You need somebody over the top.
Yeah, I got no problem double dipping next year with a safety.
All State got a good one.
So yeah, but to answer your question, about this safety group, nothing excites me, and I would like all new safeties.
We got Dallas Cowboys fan 1980 on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. What up, 1980?
What's happening,
What's up,
man?
80?
What's up, 80?
What's up, guys? What's going on, fellas? I ain't gonna talk too long. I ain't gonna run my mouth. I'm just really here just to chill, sit back, and listen. That's all.
How you doing today, man?
I got to ask you because I've asked everybody that's came in. 1980, what is your season-long expectations for Dak Prescott coming off yet another injury?
You don't have one. I don't have one. I don't have any expectations for him. Dak is gonna be Dak. These first 3 games, I'm gonna say it again. These first 3 games are gonna be our preseason games because nobody played in the preseason.
Thank you.
Since I'm at an evaluation state of mind, I'm sitting here drinking my mushroom coffee, and before I go to bed, I'm relaxed, man. That's the way I'm going into the season. I expect him. Now I do expect him to play the game in a positive way, in a positive manner. I don't hate Dak Prescott. I want him to succeed, but if you continue to slap me in the face, I'm not going to take you seriously anymore. And an apology doesn't cut it. You slap me in the face. Oh, I'm sorry. You slap me. I'm sorry. It's just over and over. It's a constant cycle of BS. Now he's got another weapon, supposedly. He's got Stevie. He's got some weapons, and we already know what they're going to go through the air. They're going to attack through the air. Not going to be too much run because we don't have a running game. Our offensive line is still in development phase. So there's really not much expectation. If you're going into this season thinking it's going to be about something, I just don't want you to get your feelings hurt because, and I want to be wrong. I'm saying this to be wrong. Everything that comes out of my mouth is to be wrong. It's to be wrong. So everybody, 1980, you was wrong, man. We're going good, But my expectations are, I'm not going to keep going. My expectations are at an all-time low, and I can't help it because you can blame them. Don't blame me. See, everybody gets mad at me. I sent y'all those messages this morning. Everybody gets mad at me. Everybody gets mad at us because of what we see. It's not our fault. It's theirs. They're the ones to blame. They're the ones that been cheating on us for almost 30 years. And we keep as soon as the football season starts, we open that back door, let that girl with the little shorts and the bra, we let her on in because she smelled good, she looked good, she walked good, everything. We let her in. So that's what's going on right now. But my expectations are low. But I'm sorry, went too long.
Oh no, you're good. We actually won't be on much longer already. But talking crazy is usually an hour to an hour and a half anyway. But we're about to be wrapping it up here soon. But I do appreciate 1980 coming on the Quarter of Crazy and Cowboy. You're always welcome. I send you the link for a reason. Always welcome.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. I saw Space Cowboy was on earlier.
Yeah, that was very spontaneous for him to come in. He was in the comment section. I DM'd the link on Twitter, and he was nice enough to come on too. Bless us with this present. So yeah, that's old school, man. You get me 85th, Space Cowboy. That's an old school table, man.
Damn, yeah, that's wow.
Long time ago. That's almost 10 years ago.
Yeah,
man, insane stuff. But no. So we talk about these safeties. Fifth quarter said, that nothing excites him. So I'm gonna go to Cowboys champs here. Does anything with the safeties excite you, champs?
Maybe Bell just a little bit because the potential, but other than that, I'm with Preacher Fifth. It's time to move on. Time to get some new safeties. I prefer my safety to be between 6'2" and 6'5".
6'5".
6'5".
Yeah, 6'2".
He ain't champ, man.
I'm talking about that center fielder.
Have you ever had a 6'5" safety, Savage, in your draft links?
Me and Fitz were on point on that one, though.
What about 6'4"?
That's cutting it too. When I visit a safety, it's 6'1" to 6'2".
Yeah, exactly. Once you get that size, they're too awkward. They're too awkward.
They can't run.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they look like a stork.
Yeah, they're too long. They're too lengthy. The agility is not there. I think safety position. When you talk about linebacker and safety position, that agility has to be because you got to be able to break. You got to be able to break on the ball. That's all about breaking. Secondary is all about breaking, cutting, and breaking on the ball. It's not just you need that speed, that open field speed to keep up with those receivers, but it's all about reading and breaking. Break. 1, 2, 3, break. 1, 2, 3, break. 1, 2, 3, go. That's what safety position is. Pretty much the secondary position is all about.
So tell me about your 6'10" Undertaker size safeties, champs. Go ahead.
Man, somebody had a 6'4" safety a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I've never heard of
thinking of Clemson. Isaiah Simmons.
I remember Washington University. They had Buda Baker, and they had another safety. He was about 6'3", 6'4".
He probably looked that tall right next to Buda Baker. Buda Baker was what, 5'9"?
Yeah, something
5'10".
Man, I remember.
Baker.
I have to do research. But I remember some team had a tall safety back there. I can't remember.
Blog, what's happening, man?
What's up, Blog?
What's up, Blog?
What's up?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Blog, real quick, I got a quick question.
Yes,
Are you still doing the fantasy football?
We already drafted last night.
Yeah, we got it all drafted in the books, baby.
Yeah, man.
Do you see my name on there?
What was your name?
Cowboy Champ.
Tall ass safeties.
Yo.
Cam Johnson, the biggest safety outside, like 6'3".
Yeah,
he was drafted Patrick Watkins back in the day, right? He was like 6'5".
Yeah, I remember.
How did he do?
The NBA.
How did he do? 6'5". How did he do?
He didn't do good, man.
Yeah, there you
Was it
go.
because of his length or just his techniques?
I think it was a bit of everything. I think he was too tall, though.
He was skinny. Skinny
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, 6'5" safety is stretching it, man.
Oh, get Red Rhodes out of here, bro. Look what he just said.
Who?
Red
Oh,
Rhodes.
Man,
don't even bother.
There's been Eagles in here all night, man. I haven't paid no attention to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
We're here. I got the best. I got the best moderator in the game in Brando. Brando, if he gets out of hand, Brando knows what to do. Jay knows what to do. I just got Mike knows. I just got the best moderators in the game. You know, that's all I can say. All right, Chaps. What else you got on the safety thing?
oh, that's it.
All right, Savage. What's your thoughts on safety?
If Donovan Wilson was younger, you know, he used to lay the pipe. He had no problem coming across and laying people out. It's just safety room now. Nah, not a fan. I mean, nothing to get excited about. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Isha?
No, I agree. I mean, listen, there's nothing really more I can add, to be honest. I'm not excited at all with the safeties, man. We got to get something fresh. And especially since Savage is saying that next year is good for safeties, I wouldn't mind getting some safeties. Yeah, I'm not impressed with Hooker or Wilson, man. Got to see something fresh with it, I think.
Well, you cool cowboy.
About the safety, what was that, Viv? Don't ever do that again.
What? Holy shit!
What?
Don't do
he said my name like in a weird way, but it's all good. It's all good.
I said cool cowboy.
For the safeties, yeah, I'm like Viv said, unironically, I'm excited to get new ones. Like these safeties we've had them around for way too long, I feel like, and they're like, especially Hooker, Malik Hooker, he has to go. He gets burned so easily. He's always out of plays. Wilson does not stay healthy. And Marquise Bell, I don't think the staff has much confidence in him because I think he was on the bubble. They were playing him a lot in the preseason, and he's been injured too. But yeah, I don't have any excitement in the secondary to begin with. Nevertheless, the safeties, I'm just not excited about them at all.
Stop playing me, cool cowboy.
Yeah, cool cowboy. Anyway, Cowboys blog. I asked everybody coming in. I'm going to ask you the same question. Dak Prescott coming off another injury, coming in, starting this thing. What is Cowboys blog's full expectation of a full season for the Dak Prescotts?
I think it's going to be more of the same. You know, he's already hit his ceiling, right? So you're not going to get more out of a veteran like this. So it's just about not getting injured. He's probably going to ding his finger like he always does. So you might miss a game or two just on that. So get ready for some Joe Milton, babe.
God damn.
Wow.
That was funny.
Wow.
Oh, Smoking Joe.
Yeah, man.
Until he proves himself, his name is Joe Dirt, man.
What did he give his? What was his grade fit? What did he give himself?
C+.
A smooth C+.
A smooth
one too. A C+. Golly.
Joe Dirt.
I can't do this, man. This
Man. So I'm out of topics. So does anybody? I guess I can start down the line. Final thoughts. Final talk. Go ahead, Savage.
I just don't think Pickens and Dak is a good combination. Because Pickens' favorite route is the 50-50 ball. Throw it up and jump.
Right.
And Dak's not Dak. Dak's not going to throw it like that.
Right.
So from day one, I said I didn't like that. But what do I know?
forgot about that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Man.
Glad you brought that up. Because Dak and Dez didn't communicate like that. That's why they didn't. That's why they weren't on the same page. Remember, Fifth? They weren't on the same page like that.
They were never able to get on the same page.
Yeah, Amari Cooper is his type of receiver. Lamb is his type of receiver to make sure that they're open.
Only because they have good hands, they can catch wild balls.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the only reason. Every one from them guys being, acrobatic with their catches, then you got to have good hands for Prescott, man, because it's going to be all over the place. But can I go and get my final thoughts, Corner?
Yeah, final topic or final thoughts, Fifth?
All right, so I've been saying we're in a rebuild. I still feel that way. I can't reiterate. There are only a few guys that Uncensored said all the time. You can't build a team with 1-year guys. Sign these guys on 1-year contracts. You can't build a team. How you gonna build a team where guys trust each other when the one guy you bring in, he's gone next year. Now the guy next to him got to start over. Tyron Smith always talked about the connection him and Ronald Leary had. Times where they didn't have to say nothing to each other. They knew what to do. According to how the defense lined up, they could just look at each other and know what to do. They don't have that anymore. Yeah, because that was a put together team right there that was there for a while. That was now these guys are interchangeable and Will McClay. Oh my God, I might what they call it? I might swat his house. I ain't gonna lie. I might call him.
Whoa. Allegedly.
Yeah, I might say Will McClay got some funny stuff going because I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, we haven't built a team. Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, Diggs, 11 is gone now. Those are the only guys from the old regime. Yeah, and if you take away 2020, it's only Prescott and no coaches, none.
Damn,
none.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Literally, Belichick and Brady won their Super Bowl with most of the same teams every time they won them.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid won with most of the same teams they won them. If they built to go do it. Them Stanky Seagulls, what they did over there after that first, they won that first day and lost. They figured it out. They started building. They've been building ever since, and they got another one. We don't do that. We don't do that, man. And long as that dude in that office, that owner, man, that's gonna always be the issue, man. We can't just get a team, build guys, and that's it. We just can't do it. We could never do it. Think of the front we had, bro. 21, 22, and 23. Think of all the sacks and all the coming from whether linebackers or defensive end. How many of those guys are here from those 12-5 records on the defense? Yeah. How many are here? Yeah. When you look at that front seven, nobody's here. Who was it? Osa wasn't here, but the last one he was here. But them guys weren't here, man, and that's sad. That's where we at. That's why you see a guy like Jason Peters and Lane Johnson and those type of guys. They be on them teams for 10 years plus, bro. Building around them, that veteran presence, bringing in young guys and training them up. We got young guys trying to show young guys something. I see Osa trying to show somebody something. The hell he gonna show them how to do that dumbass hook up? He can't teach you nothing else. I ain't mean to go overboard, but I just hate that where we at, man. I hate every time we look around, we got a new team, bro. Yeah, I'm just tired of that. Every time I blink my eyes, it's a new guy at another position that somebody did good at the year prior. Now they gone. Then I remember, oh yeah, right, because they was on a 1-year contract. So yeah, I'm just I don't know when we're gonna have the same team for years. It feel like those days are over now, Jerry. I don't know. Yeah.
All
but
right.
I'm done, Corner.
All right, Fifth. Thanks for coming on the Corner of Crazy and Cowboys. We'll talk crazy this Saturday. 1980. Final thoughts, final topics.
Yeah. Wow. It's sad that the things I've said through the years have unfortunately came true. All the videos I've made through the years, all the way back through the years, you can plug in that and it'll apply today. That's the sad part. When you're destined for greatness, it takes time. It takes time. When you think about the Chicago Bulls in the 80s, they weren't there yet. They weren't there. It takes time. Jordan got Pippen, and they had to gel. They had to get used to each other, along with the other cast, even the Cowboys. 88, 89, Michael Irvin and a couple of other guys, Bill Bates, Jim Jeffcoat, they were the only ones there in that Tom Landry era. And Michael Irvin noticed a quick difference when Jimmy Johnson came. Obviously, he coached him in Miami. So he already knew what Jimmy Johnson was going to bring, the energy he was going to bring, the intimidation factor that he was going to bring. They weren't good right away. And what's sad, this is what's sad, this is what's going to hit you. Jerry Jones has manipulated this fan base so much that he got a lot of us honestly thinking that we're going to do something this year.
Yeah.
And think about it. I was reading the comment sections, man, of my videos, the live stream from last night. You guys, the Frisco Report, which is one of my favorite shows. And I go through the comment section, and a lot of fans they are really lost. They honestly think that Micah Parsons was the missing piece to our puzzle to get us to the promised land. Oh, he was our best player. He might have been our most athletic player. Yeah, he might have been that. But we didn't use him right. That's why I say it's more than just Micah Parsons. It's more than just Dak Prescott. It's more than just one player. It's 11 guys on that field at the same time. And football is totally different from basketball. I was just using that as an example. It's a lot more physical, obviously. And it takes time from a person that's played the sport, it takes time to get at a championship level, guys. I'm just talking real talk. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I get it. I get the pride. I get, oh man, we're going to beat these guys. And I get it. I understand. I respect that. I respect somebody that support and pride, but I also respect being realistic. And I'm at a point now where I'm just at a realistic point. I'm at a point of my life and with the Cowboys that I'm just sitting back and I'm just watching because it's all been lies. It's all been lies all these years. And we almost get that. Oh, nope, something happens. But to make a long story short, it's probably too late. My expectations are they're just gone. I don't have any. This is the weirdest season I think that I've ever come across. The weirdest, where I don't know anybody. I don't know any of these guys. They haven't shown me anything to know. I didn't get the question about the safeties. I don't even know those guys. They haven't shown me anything. You have to show me something in order for me to have an opinion about you. I can't have an opinion about something that does not exist. They don't even play the coaches don't. Well, I don't even know these coaches really. But what we've been playing, the safeties haven't been impactful. Our defense isn't designed for them to be impactful. Safeties are only impactful when they come up in the box on a 4-6 defense, a 4-4 defense. We don't run that. So our safeties are on an island. They're not Ed Reed. They don't know how to read offenses and things like that to come up and make plays. We're going to struggle, guys. And I just want everybody, I get on here. I don't have all the stats and the numbers and stuff like you guys, but I just get on here to educate people and prepare people for what's to come. And that's all. That's it. That's all I'm here for. And for the smoke and mirrors and the fantasy and all that stuff, it's cool if you like that. If that gets you through your day, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with you. That's between you and whoever. But me personally, I'm just here to educate and to warn everybody. If you just happen to so-called run across this video or listen or whatever, my video or whomever, just be ready. Be mentally ready. Just be mentally ready for some bad years ahead of us. I mean, come on, guys. Look at the picture. Look at what we got. It's good to talk about it. It's good to debate. It's all good. Talk about talent, things like that. We're already talking about next year's draft, so we already know what time it is. But that's all I got, man. I didn't want to. I'm sorry if I went too long, but I just wanted to get that out there, man. That's all.
So I appreciate you coming on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Eshaun, final thoughts or a final topic?
I mean, listen, I echo a lot of 80 sentiments, man. I'm the same exact way as him, to be completely honest with you. It's like, it'll be interesting to see what happens on Thursday when we play the Eagles. But it's just, like you said, I'm personally just at the point as a fan where I'll always root for the Cowboys, but I'm so exhausted and I'm so tired and fed up, frankly, of just getting hyped up in the off season only to be disappointed in the seasons again and again. So like that's why this entire off season and as AD would say, the I think season, this entire time I've been just like, okay, let's see what happens in the season. I'm done making predictions. I'm done doing all that stuff. It's a waste of time. What's the point, really? None of us know how the season will go, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. I agree that I think we're 3-4 years away. So I echo that thought, but I'm interested to see what happens in the season, man. And next Thursday we'll come hell or high water. We're playing this fucking Eagles, man. So that's what it is.
That's what it is,
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Savage. Final thoughts or a final topic?
No, I was just gonna say there's actually a beer called Hell or High Water. It's not that.
Oh, is that a?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say like what I said last night. It starts up top. The cancer is up top.
Yep.
We're on our 4th defensive coordinator in 5 years, and I'll make a bet this is going to be Eberflus's last year, one and done as a DC. So now next year we're going to be on our 5th defensive coordinator. No one's been as hard on these guys as me, but now we're going to just forget Eberflus. Now 4 DCs, so that's 4 different defenses. But how, as an organization, do you go into draft and free agency when you have a coach that all runs different systems? How does it even make? It doesn't even now. You can be an average fan. You can just watch Dallas. You can just play Madden. You can just be a casual fan, but that's just basic common fucking sense, man. How can you put a team together when everyone is like making stew and then okay, let's put some dog shit in it too, maybe spice it up a bit. It's a joke. We've been talking about our safeties. This team doesn't even value drafting safeties or linebackers. They don't. For years, they don't. And it's like, I understand it's the coaches and the players, and then you say I don't want to come off as a downer, but as long as the Joneses are running this team, because whatever they're doing, it's making their pockets full. I haven't spent a dime on them since 2016. I refuse to. I won't. But and for the people, like 80 said, man, our fan base drinks the water from Flint, Michigan, bro. You can't. It's for you to come into the season and say, yeah, we're gonna go 12-5 and do this, do that. God bless you, man. God bless you if you could, But I just can't. I can't get excited. I'm sorry.
I get it, Savage. I get it. Cool cowboy. Final thoughts or a final topic?
Final thoughts. I'm excited for the draft next year. I'm not excited for the season.
Damn.
I've been watching all these college games, and I'm ready to draft some new linebackers, hopefully a safety, defensive tackle, right tackle, and all those things. But man, we have so many needs, man. Like this team is just like we're not prepared to do anything this year. We've all been saying that. And even when I say I'm looking for the draft, I can't even trust that because Will McClay has fucked up the draft the last few years. Excuse my language. So I hope what happens is if we have a losing record, which I expect us to do, if we do, we see some adequate changes in the scouting department, getting rid of Will McClay. And like Savage said, we need to have a defensive system that we stick with for a couple years. We can't just keep changing it every single year because it messes up your player acquisition strategy. You can't build a defense when you're changing it every single year. Too much turnover. As for the actual year itself, like I said, it's not going to be a good year. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I don't like having losing seasons, but I just don't think we have enough talent to compete with the other heavyweights, and we have a very tough schedule this year. So I expect
Mhm.
us to get blown out a lot. But hopefully I'm wrong. But I doubt it.
Okay. Cowboys blog. My brother from another mother. Somebody said we were actual brothers on the Frisco Report. We had a comment that said, "Are you guys brothers?" Cowboys blog. Final thoughts or a final topic?
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season, dude. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, how does a team start? How do they finish? Do they crumble? Do they go on a losing streak, winning streak? I think you're gonna see like a mixture of all kinds of stuff this season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like how is the team gonna respond to Schottenheimer? Like supposedly they're bought in. Are they really? I have my suspicions. You know what I mean? I really do. They're saying the right things, but once the starters are out there, the number ones out there, if we see some same old, it's all fake, bro. So this first game, if they get blown out, how do they go on to week 2? Does Schottenheimer have that experience? Is he going to lean on Eberflus, who has a losing head coach record? Doesn't even know how to do anything either. So I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I really am, man. Like I'm not even like mad or anything. I'm just like I want to see something crazy, dude. Like
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
really
with you, man. I'm with you.
Blog's crazy.
That's it, Bob?
Hey.
That's it?
Yeah,
Hey.
man. I'm looking
Hey.
forward to it.
Hey, Corner. What if this last thing? What if what happens? What's it gonna be like, fan base wise, if the Dallas Cowboys pull an upset against the Eagles?
Man, that is a damn good question because I've been saying for months that we're going to win this game. All right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to win this motherfucking game because I respect everybody's opinion and thoughts. I mean, that's why we have this platform. That's why we have YouTube. That's why we have 5 down, 0 to go. This is serious. The draft guru. We got Freaky Friday. We got Eshawn. We got Cowboys champs, with the idiot GM. We got all these opinions, but my opinion for Thursday night football. Dak Prescott's gonna fuck these Eagles up, and I can't wait to see it. I'm not scared of these punks. Why do we gotta be scared? I get it. Our backs are against the wall. But there's only one thing to do when your back's against the wall, and that's to fight. This is a football team, damn it. We got a new guy on the defense side of the ball, Kenny Clark, who said he just loves to play football. Step over, Mozzie Smith. He said the complete opposite of you. We got Mozzie Smith, the $100 million man, coming in here with his chain, about to blow some people up. We got these new linebackers, these new invented linebackers of Jack Sanborn and Kenneth Murray Jr. and Maris Luafau. What I like is the unknown going into this game. I like the unknown. I like that. It tastes good. It feels good. Because whenever we shock the world, 80, when we pull up that quote-unquote upset, it was never an upset for me.
Boy.
When we pull up that quote-unquote upset, I'm going to be smiling like you've never seen me smile before. Because it's going to happen. September 4th. The day Prescott's mom tragically passed away to battle of cancer. It's her death anniversary on Thursday. That's the reason why Dak Prescott wears number 4. It's because of September 4.
Wow.
It's your day, Dak.
Yeah.
It's your day. You got a new weapon in George Pickens. You got a new running back. This ain't old-ass Zeke back in the running in the thing. Back there, this ain't Rico Dowdle on the bench. This ain't Dalvin Cook on the practice squad. We got Javonte Williams. We got Jadon Blue. Old-ass Sanders. He might have some Miles. And guess what? Miles was an Eagle. Who says Miles Sanders don't want to turn on the Jets against his former team and light their ass up?
But he don't have any Jets.
He might have. Hey, he might have some. Oh, Dwayne Harris signed with the Giants. He left. What did he do? He ran a punt return back and beat us in a Giants uniform. Shit happens, and it's gonna happen. All I know is I like the unknown here, guys. I'm ready to see George Pickens. I'm ready to see Matt Eberflus's defense with these linebackers and their gap control scheme. I'm ready to see that. So answer your question, 1980.
Wow.
I never call it an upset. I call it a victory, and it's coming.
Yeah.
And it's coming.
But you don't think it's going to take at least 3 to 4 games for Pickens and Dak to have some chemistry, since they've never thrown a play, they've never had a pass in a live game?
97. What's the difference between that and a new offensive coordinator that the Eagles have, and Jalen Hurts didn't play a single snap with that offensive coordinator calling a live play in his ear in a live game? What's the difference of that? There's no difference. They didn't play preseason. We didn't play preseason.
But do you honestly think that offensive coordinator is going to change from what they did last year?
Oh, look, that's the reason why they brought Kellen Moore in, because they were like, you're the only guy that could do it. The Kellen Moore was the biggest piece to that offense outside of Saquon Barkley. And that's all, period.
Wow.
When the head coaches meet with the offense and the defense, it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. He's going to fucking tell them, do what works. Do what we did last year. We know what they're going to do. They're going to come out with Barkley trying to run it down our throats.
And I said, you got to stop that mother lover. And I believe that they could do. It's just one game. And then they get a 10-day. Give me everything you got for this one game, and you get a 10-day rest, and we get to go see them pussy-ass Giants. Just give me everything you got, and you get a mini bye right out the gate.
Team-wise, what has changed in Philadelphia's roster and coaching staff since last year?
They lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who was always in Dak Prescott's right pocket when we played him. He was always knowing what Dak does. Darius Slay, big-time Slay over there, is not there anymore. And, he was always in CeeDee Lamb's pocket. They have turnover just like we had turnover. We don't know who they are. We just know they got Antonio Brown, or whatever the hell his name is. What's his name? A.J. Brown. We know they got Devontae Smith. We know they got Saquon. Guess what? Saquon wasn't shit in New York. We stopped his ass. We're gonna stop his ass again. Dak Prescott's 2-1 against these bum ass birds. Dak Prescott has a 20-something wins to only 9 losses, and probably not even that in this NFC East. We're the motherfucking big brother here. I'm not laying down shit. My sword's high and mighty. I'm ready to fight. And Thursday night, we will fight.
I think the true contest is going to be in between, if they have the same offensive line, because that's what got them there. Now it's their offensive line against our defensive line. That's where the problem lies in.
Yeah. Just their guard.
I think
their right guard is different. That's it.
And that's what that's the unknown that I'm talking about.
Right.
Kenny Clark, we don't know what he's going to look like in a Cowboys uniform.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that. We don't know how developed Marshawn Nealon got. We don't know the development of a Donovan Ezeraku and what he's going to look like, our second-round pick. There's a lot of – we got Dante Fowler, who's coming off 10 sacks last year. There's a lot of unknowns. But don't call it an upset, baby. Call it a victory.
But this is what's been going through my mind too, because I'm a draft guy. This Micah thing, it's been rumbling. So draft day, why didn't you not go out and get a 6'5", 280-pound edge? Why did you draft another 6'2", 240-pound edge in Ezeraku? That's been bothering the piss out of me, because we all know Jerry, that he's probably been having problems with Micah in the back for a while. You know what I'm trying to say? So, why would you go out and get the same two? So I'm looking at a 6'2", 240-pound Donovan Ezraku versus Jordan Mailata, who's like 6'7", 370.
Let me answer that corner. I think, well, not really answer it, but look, I think we've said this. A lot of us have said this on this panel. Ezraku is like another Mike. They're the same size, pretty much same size, same attributes. I think now that Micah Parsons is gone, now that I can look back, and I said this, I think I made a video about this, as a matter of fact. I said that he was Micah Parsons' replacement.
Yeah.
I honestly think that now, especially now that he's gone, I think he was probably Micah Parsons' replacement.
100%. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think they got a Micah Parsons for cheaper.
Way cheaper.
You think he's going to flip-flop sides? Because he played the right D end.
I don't think so. I don't think he's as athletic-wise. I don't think he's as athletically sound as Micah Parsons. We have our issues with him, as him just being an edge rusher and that's it. But he is very athletic. I can give him that. I don't think I haven't seen him until I really can't say that because I haven't seen him play in a season game yet. So, but in training camp, I haven't seen him be as athletic as Michael Parsons is as far as rushing the pass.
I mean, he had 16 and a half sacks in college his senior year.
Right.
I mean, he had a shitload of tackles for losses. He definitely has longer arms than it's just, I can see that, him being his replacement. It's just, I just wish we would have had, I don't have a problem with having a 6'2", 240-pound edge, as long as my other edge is, 6'6", 280.
I think he was just in case because they were in limbo with Micah Parsons during the I think season when training camp before training camp started. They was having the same contract issue with Micah Parsons then. So I think they drafted him just in case we don't know, So they probably already knew that Micah Parsons wasn't going to be a Cowboy at the start of the season. So that's probably why they brought him in.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That's all we got for the day. I appreciate you guys. We got 78 people in here. Click like if you haven't already on your way out. Click like on the replay. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to leave you guys with this before I go. Let me get my vocals right here. Die, Eagles, die on the road to misery. F-U-C-K. Fuck those Eagles. Peace.
All right, guys.